Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's a little dark. Is it a little dark? I think it's a little dark. Let me make the camera a bit, or the light a bit. Fun fact, cameras don't make light. Lights make light. Cameras capture light. There we go. Are we good? Good enough. A little dark, a little dark. Oh, that's why it's a little dark. Moved on me. Face towards me. No, don't look into the light. Look into the light. There. Hey, look. There we go. It doesn't help when you have a giant printer blocking all the light. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. It's been a hot minute since we've done a Friday stream at our normally scheduled time at our normally scheduled location. Yeah, on today's episodes of Taylor Fast About with Firmware, that's right. We're in the final charge. If this was an Ace Combat game, we would be going into that tunnel, because every Ace Combat game, the final mission is flying through a tunnel. Fighter jets don't fly through tunnels, but in Ace Combat they do. We're getting there. We're getting there. Penultimate? I don't think we're at penultimate. That's a big word. But I think we're at firmware shenanigans with the PROFORGE. Because the last stream, it's been a hot minute, so hopefully I remember what we were doing. Nothing is worse than taking a break from something and then coming back and not knowing where you're at. Seriously, nothing is worse than like either playing a game or working on a project or filming a video, and you come back and it's like, I have all this B-roll that I recorded. How do I make a video out of this? Or what was I doing? Or where was I? I guess I'll just start over. But yeah, we are on, I think, firmware shenanigans with the, let me actually check, because the last thing we did was we wired everything up. We got all the wiring wired up. We have all that's a great camera angle. We have all the tool heads are installed. So we have all our tool heads, all our wonderful orbiters from LDO Motors. They're all installed. I think there'll be time for shenanigans. Shenanigans are afoot. Firmware shenanigans with Klipper on a machine I've never built before, doing a ToolChanger, which I've never done on Klipper before. And as always, because it makes for more content, we're going in completely blind, because you'd be doing it for the first time as well. It's gonna be a fun day today. It's gonna be a fun day today. Red Bull has flown a plane. Yeah, but Red Bull's not a military force. Okay, so where do we leave off? We put the camera in. We got the camera. We wired up all our motors. We did all of this shenanigans. We put the screen on. Ready to move on? So we have the touchscreen. So we've installed the touchscreen. So that's all that. And then the next button is flashing. Sweet. So let's get rid of this. Delete bookmark. I don't need that. We're going to go over here. Save you there. Everyone's favorite thing, flashing. Okay. Excuse me, I used to fly. Well, actually, in Battlefield 2, I used to fly through the maps. I couldn't play Battlefield 2 because my computer at the time couldn't run Battlefield 2. Because, like, it just couldn't. Battlefield 2 was, I remember Battlefield 2 being very computer, like, hardware intensive at the time. It was like one of the first, like, it was the first time in a while where it's like, oh, you want to play this, you got to upgrade your computer. That was like, I can pretty much remember every game that I've had to upgrade my computer for. My original laptop just sucked. WoW sucked running on it. My original first computer, I had to upgrade the video card for Call of Duty. And then that 8800 GT lasted me all the way until, I think, Battlefield 3. When I upgraded to like a 5770, a Radeon 5770. And then I had that all the way until, I got a good deal on a 7870, so I went to that. And then I ran that all the way until 2016 when I got a 1060. And I ran that all the way until I started getting into VR games, where I got a, yeah, VR games kind of crapped out the 1060. And some of the more modern games were having issues. Then I went to from the 7870 to a 5770, whatever, no, 5700 XT NVIDIA, AMD 5700 XT, and then 3080 and then 3090. But yeah, flashback. Remember the good old days? Remember when Battlefield games were good? And they weren't all just like crap. I remember. Okay, that's enough stalling. Okay. Speaking of stalling, you're stalling right now because you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament. Every stream we give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance while you're down there. Don't forget to like the smash button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Ring the bell if you want to buy some other stuff down there. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way supporting the channel. English. I speak English. Chamble. Support the channel. Buy some gamer subs. Use code Canuck. Save 10%. There we go. Okay. Firmware time. So, the PROFORGE 4. Am I on a PROFORGE 4? I thought it was a PROFORGE 300. Do I have the right instructions here? PROFORGE. Klipper flashing. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it's the same. So this is all the hardware. We don't have an SKR Easy board. Okay, download the latest Klipper image here. So we are going to be following the instructions as they are in the guide, because that's how we do it when we build printers from kits. Unless there's extenuating circumstances or I've been told to do something differently, we follow the instructions. 2 reasons. 1, we are judging the kit, and part of the kit is the documentation that comes with the kit. And 2, hopefully, if we run into something that's egregiously wrong and it stands out that, oh shit, this ain't right, we have time to fix it before other people build. We can provide feedback. So first things first, download Klipper firmware. Ooh, a mega file. Okay, well, download. Initializing. I haven't downloaded anything off Mega that was legit in a long time. So we'll let that do that. While I do that, I think I'm going to need the SD card, which is actually a proper SanDisk high endurance SD card. So we got that going for us, which is nice. We didn't get sick at Rocky Mountain this year. I didn't. I honestly was like expecting to get the coof cough or the con cough. Because usually, I do usually get a cold coming back from events. But this year, I did not. I'm wondering if it's because I did a bunch of traveling earlier in the year. I know when I came back from China in March, I was like out for a week. And I don't think I was sick. I think I was just exhausted. Like my body was just like, you are going to crash for a week. Free download, 1-year subscription of Rescue Pro Deluxe. Does anyone, here, class. Here's a free download for Rescue Pro Deluxe. There, don't say I don't give you guys anything. Here's the code. If you want to print screen that and flip it upside down and download some free SanDisk software, there you go. Don't say I didn't do anything for you. Your X1C. At that point, here's the thing. Is it the SD card or is it your X1C? Depends how much you're writing to it. Honestly, at the end of the day, it depends how much you're writing to them and how you're writing to them. I know some printers that have power off recovery have a habit of destroying SD cards because they just continuously write to it because they constantly have to update the G code. So usually most machines that have some sort of power loss recovery that uses a system like that, I actually usually turn it off. What time is it anyways? 12:20. Oh, wifey's home. Okay, that is done downloading. Now I need to find my SD card reader, which I should have one out here. I know I have an SD card reader out here. On my desk. Nope, it's not this one. Oh, aha. Nope, that's not an SD card reader. You're just, where's my SD card reader? I don't think the kit comes with one. I have a bunch inside the house, but I could have sworn I had one out here. Let's go wander over here. Step on the ladder. I know I have one back here somewhere. Aha, gotcha. SD card reader. I was gonna cut my grass this morning, and then I had the super smart idea of don't cut the grass before you go live on a stream. One, it's been raining the last couple days and it'll give it a couple more hours to dry out, so it's not much of a pain in the ass. Two, fun fact, doing it in this a 3-hour live stream in an enclosed garage right next to a lawnmower that smells of gasoline, dog poop, and cut grass isn't fun. So I'm gonna cut the grass after stream today. Okay, so we got that, plug that in, and plug that in. Okay. So we have downloaded that. We have we need Balana Etcher. I have Balana Etcher. Balana. There we go. Okie dokie. So take the included 32-bit SanDisk SD card and flash the Klipper firmware on it. Ensure you, before flashing that, you have extracted the image file. Oh, I gotta double check that. Downloads. Extract all. They need lots of attention. Yeah, first thing we did when we got our house was like, there was like a whole bunch of landscaping in the front yard that had been like kind of left for a couple years. We ripped it all out and just seeded everything. My entire front yard, except for a little area that's stone with 2 bushes, is grass, and my entire backyard is grass because yard work sucks. I don't know, I understand some people that's a thing for them. They enjoy, you know, trimming the bushes and hedging and landscaping and all that stuff. I don't care. I'll go out and cut my grass once a week. I'm okay with that. That's all I want to do for my yard. I'm not a yard person. If I lived somewhere where I didn't need to have a yard, I wouldn't have a yard. Okay, so we extracted that. Okay. So now, flash from file. That's the image, select the target. That is our generic mass storage device. Select, flash. And then we let that do its thing. There's a Windows pop-up that I click yes to that destroys my screen. There we go. Grass sucks. Yeah, but I live in Southern Ontario. We kind of have to. Your artwork is fun when you make the kids help. Yeah, I got one kid and he's too young. Old enough to cut the grass. We got to get a new lawnmower. Our lawnmower is like, I bought it at Sears. That should tell you all you need to know. Now, granted, it runs okay, but it's just like, I'm going to get an electric one eventually. So ask for a lawnmower sponsor. I probably could. The problem is we have a dog and we might run into the Roomba problem. So get him a rover mower. We'll see. We'll see. Why, when I can just, you know, use RC motors and like aluminum extrusions and make my own? How safe could it be making your own lawnmower? Huh? How hard could it be? How hard could it be? Note, it was very hard. Look at that go. Hello from Denmark. Sorry for the hockey game the other day. That's okay. That's okay. Losing a game to friends is never bad. And also, I'm not a Leafs fan, so I got a good chuckle out of that. Completely whiffing it in Game 7, as is tradition. Next year's the year. Next year's the year for the Leafs fans, right? Like Leafs fans in chat. I would say put a 1 in chat, but you're probably all depressed still from the loss. So next year. Next year. Did I get a good look at the stone wolf? I did, and I filmed a video. So just so you know, because I traveled 2 weeks in a row, I did a bunch of family stuff this week, so that's why. I was actually hoping to get a video out Wednesday, but I ended up just doing family stuff this week because I was traveling 2 weeks in a row and I wanted to spend time with the fam. But, and also I had a bunch of house stuff to do. But also, Sunday, first video from Rocky Mountain, and then there should be 2 videos a week until I get through them all. So there'll be a video Sunday, and a video Wednesday. And if you're a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or you're lucky and somebody gives you a membership, you'll be getting those videos early. So tomorrow you'll get a video if you're a channel supporter. But Sunday, there'll be the first video from Rocky Mountain, and then there's, I think I have enough for 3 or 4 videos from Rocky Mountain. So you should get about 2 weeks of Rocky Mountain videos. Okay. So that is that. Take the included SD card, extract that. The process should take roughly 10 minutes. After flashing, keep the SD card plugged in for the next step. The flashed SD card should now show up named boot. Go to it and open the system.cfg file. Okay. So this PC, I think you gotta unplug it and plug it back in. So unplug it, plug it back in, boot. There we go. Then, okay, and open the systems.cfg file. Macs can sometimes struggle to open this type of storage format or working on a way around. Name your printer. Default is that. Set your time zone. Okay, so let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. So system.cfg, open that. Oh, just use Notepad. Good old Notepad. Just once. Good old Notepad. Okay, so host name. We will call it PROFORGE 300. That seems around right. What is my time zone? EST. EST. I don't think that matters. I've never set a time zone. Input your Wi-Fi. Make sure you keep the quotation marks. Okay. So my is Hunter 2. Oh wait, no. You guys can't see that. Okay, files save. And now we play the game where does it actually work? Because half the time I do this, it never works. And we end up, oh wait, I gotta turn the pad on. BTT pad 7. Oh wait, no, no wait, it's not a pad 7. Yeah, off, okay. Okay, so that's that. So close that. That, make sure that, save file when done. Armbian.env.txt. Open, oh, that. So overlays, DSI on line 11, that looks right. Okay. And then insert the SD card, okay. Okay, there we go, cool. Okay. Yeah, then travel metal DIY. Oh. DIY metal 3D printing is one of those things that I really wish that it didn't involve literally cancer dust and lasers. Because on paper, it's really cool. Oh, you could print metal at home, right? For the Americans in the audience here, you guys are gonna get suppressors soon for free, basically, if you got a 3D printer. Yeah, hee-haw, cowboy. The problem is, metal 3D printing is unbelievably messy. You need a shit ton of equipment to do it properly. If you think resin is bad, microscopic cancer dust is even worse. And it's not practical. It's not practical. I'll be honest, if I was Micronics last year, I would have sold out too. Because like, I really don't think it's at where people hope it's at. It's, yeah. Okay, insert the SD card into Pi. Carefully lay the printer on its back. Let the base of the printer hang off the table edge to allow easy access to power cable. The printer should stay on its back like this until we've completed the firmware flashing stage. Okie dokie. Lasers, blindness, and lung cancer. Exactly. So how am I supposed to lay this on its back with the power cable available? I mean, I gotta, okay, let's do this. So I put you like this, okay? Because I got a big fan on the back. I mean, I could, is that pushing against something hard? I mean, there is an extrusion there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna lay it on its back and then I gotta let it hang off the table. Okay. Jesus Christ. Oh, wait. Two things. One, printer's bigger than I thought. Two, I have a whole bunch of screws in here. Let me take these out so I don't throw these everywhere. I almost flipped it with all these in there. Made the right choice selling out. I don't think they were selling out. I think they just kind of realized what they got themselves into, because it is a big leap going from a couple bespoke test units to even a couple units that like you send out to reviewers to mass production of something little Timmy's going to use in his garage. There's quite a bit of a leap, and I get it. Oh, I am scratching the hell out of my desk here. Am I taking chunks out of my desk? I am. Okay, so we got that. Wow, this is gonna be a great camera angle, folks. Okay. I mean, I could do this. There you go. There you go. Because I gotta be able to, jeez. You gotta be able to get the plug in. Chris Blake, thank you for becoming a member. Cheers and appreciate it. Just in time for all the quality content. Okay, so SD card. Yar. Nope, wrong button. Right button. I believe it goes in. Where does it go in? It goes in here. There we go. Got all the dog fur I got on everything. So there's no switch on the plug, but there's a power switch up here. So let's unplug that. Okay, so now I need power. You've got the touch. You're shopping for an 8 to 16 bay SAS NAS. Just get a motherboard and just start printing a case. Look at the tiny racks. People have been 3D printing those tiny racks. Get some extrusions, print a rack, and just get like a mini swarm board or something. Okay. So, let's see. I'm gonna get you a camera angle here so that at least if we get smoke, we get content. 3, 2, 1, contact. Okay, everything's on. That's kind of anticlimactic. The screen's booting up. That fan is loud. I mean, it moves a lot of air though, damn. That moves a lot of air. Might drop it down to 12 volt. But we are on. We got lights on everything. Let's see, is the probe working? Is our metal probe working? I guess so. 1, 2, 3 block will work. That light turned on. Okay. I think we're on. Okay. Huzzah! So carefully lay the printer on its back. Let the base of the printer insert the SD card into the PictureTech Pad 5. Power up checks. Oh, maybe I should have done that before I powered it up. Check the wiring, particularly the mains. Check that none of the cables are loose from the terminal. Check the power supplies of their voltage for Europe and North America. I never checked that. I probably should check that. I'm assuming we're okay because I have the advantage of being in North America. Yeah, 110. Okay. And what about this little guy? Does the little guy have a switch on it? Yeah, 115. So if you're in North America and you have it set for the wrong voltage, you have it set for 230 instead of 115. Most of them have a 230 115 switch. Essentially, you're feeding it half the power it wants, and it just kind of browns out. So it's not that big of a deal. But if you're in Euroland and you have it set for 115 and you feed it 230, kaboom. Okay. Which isn't bad if you're Gucci and you use the UHB power supplies that are self-switching. Okay. When happy, plug it in, be careful. First boot, okay. On first boot up, the printer may cycle through boot ups. If you have a touchscreen, you may notice this on the screen. Oh, I have Klipper on the screen. Voila, c'est Klipper. It's upside down though. Okay, when the printer is successfully connected to your network, you'll be able to access. You can do this by proforge300.local. Okay, let's see if this works. It's not working. Let's see what's on my network. Okay, let's see. Where are you at? Shop PC, Prusa Core 1, VZBot. I am not seeing my printer. Oh wait, we have to do it twice, don't we? You have to like power cycle it. Don't we have to power cycle it? Yeah, we got Prusa Core 1, the VZBot, Tallboy, the router, that guy, the Mark IV, the shop PC. Yeah, okay, let me try power cycling. Let me try power cycling. Because right now it is booted up. So let's do a turn that off. Somebody count to 5. I'll wait for chat to count to 5. That's good. Now we wait for it to boot back up. And so on. I'm totally not baiting chat for engagement. Totally not. Well, I realize I have it set for the wrong setting to display chat. Okay. So the boot up screen, I'm a little disappointed. It just says Armbian. We don't have no fancy custom bootloader like LDO has, but I can live with it. I can live with it. Okay, Klipper has encountered an error. Of course Klipper's going to encounter an error. Okay. It's not showing up. What is it with me and Wi-Fi just not working on printers lately when I set up a Klipper printer? What is it with me? Yeah, no, that's the right IP address. It just doesn't want to connect. Does your Wi-Fi server be on the same network name? I believe so. It's a is it a positive? I mean, I'm connected to it. Connect. Let's see. Can you do it through the screen? Menu. Network. Okay, let's see what it finds. I hit the network button. Okay. Okay, it found a bunch of them. Okay. Save. Starting Wi-Fi association. Come on. At least with Klipper screen, you can just connect to the Wi-Fi on Klipper screen. Connecting to Wi-Fi. Oh. Oh, there we go. Come on. It says you're connecting. I could see it on my screen that it's connecting. Come on. Oh. Hey. Ha. Ha. There's my IP address. There we go. Got the IP address. Booyah. Edit. Bookmark. PROFORGE. There we go. We are in. You know, it just says connecting still, but whatever. Okay, so it is connected to the Wi-Fi. We are connected to the Wi-Fi. Behold the Wi-Fi. Okay. Flashing. It is normal to see an error here. This is because we still need to flash the boards. Do not update. Okay. Do not update. We will not update. This is normal. Download printer config files. Let's download those. Just download all of this. Download zip. Let that do that. Ooh. LDO Jabberwockies are available now, I think. Yep, we're on the Wi-Fi. Okay, so we got that, open that. Extrude, wow. Me fail English. Okay, there we go. Okay, so download that, update. We advise creating a GitHub account and following a repository to get notified every time there's an update to a config or slicer profile. Let's ensure. One day I'll learn how to use GitHub. Today is not that day. Okay. Upload all the downloaded config files to your printer. Once uploaded, restart Klipper by pressing the power button on the top right. Okay, so we go down here to machine, upload files, downloads, ProForge 300, config files, all of these. Open. There we go. Okay. Hello, Shrimp Father. Okay. So we do that. And then once uploaded, restart Klipper by pressing the power button on the top right. Firmware restart? Sure. Doesn't tell me which one to use, but we'll just use firmware restart and see what we get. Remember, for those that don't know, I purposely try to follow the instructions to find holes in it. So right here, it just says once uploaded, restart by pressing the power button. But there's more to it than that. There's a whole bunch of options. So I'm assuming it's restart Klipper, but did they reboot? I don't know. I don't know. Let's restart the whole thing, maybe. Maybe that's what I was supposed to click. Again, just trying to find. Okay. Control board firmware. Firmware for the various control boards is created using Klipper on the Pi. In order to access the Pi, we use a software called Terminus. Download it here. Yeah, so fun fact, if you're on Windows, you can just SSH in using terminal. You don't need to do anything fancy. It's just SSH in using that. Install Terminus, so SSH makertech proforge.local. Okay. So let's see, will that work? Boom. Password is makertech. Yes. Makertech. We're in. Hack the planet. Putty. Yeah, it's nice to have all these different options, but for those that don't want to bother downloading another program on their computer, you can just do it through the terminal with Windows. And I think you can do it through the terminal in Linux as well. If you change the name of printer default, use that. Make sure the printer is powered up and the Pi is connected to your local network. If you're having issues with the Wi-Fi, check either the touchscreen or that. Okay. After log, okay, so let's move this over here. That there. This goes over here. There we go. And I'm going to go fly. Wait, elevate, elevate. There we go. There we go. So I'm up top here. How is the CB2 performance? Enough? Okay. After logging in, send the following commands. CD Klipper. Okay. Make Menu config. Okay, you should now see the config menu. Use the arrow keys on your keyboards to match the options in the selected image. Okie dokie. So STM32. Processor model is the H723. STM32H723, STM32H723. There we go. Bootloader 128 kilobit, 25 megahertz crystal. Ballin'. Communication interface, USB PA11, USB IDs that, and then that. So that looks like that. Ooh, what's this? USB IDs. Use serial number from that. Okay. Oh, okay. Double check. Some use the, oh, I should probably check. Let me check. So we got the STM32 723. 723. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. That was a great camera angle, by the way. Okay. When done, press Q and save. And save. I run a CPU. It works like the Pi, but I noticed that some things are slower. But yes, I would use the CPU. I'm using the CPU quite simply because it came with the kit. Simple as that. We try to use what, again, I try to build things as stock as possible going into a build, following the manufacturer advice and whatnot, even if I think otherwise, unless it's like something major, because we're judging the kit, and part of the kit is the instructions. So, okay, send the make command to create the firmware. Make. Should have a Klipper bin file as shown. And then I need to remember what the stupid command is to pull that file out. If anyone has it off the top of their head, let me know. So I'm going to go dig through my notepad to find it, because I know I have it saved somewhere, but I don't know where. So I got to go digging. No, 3D. Test form paperwork. No, not in paperwork. Narrow 3D. ID Klipper hacks. There we go. Okay. Include that. CP out. There we go. There we go. Copy out. I think that's it right there. Copy. There we go. Okay. So we have that. And it should say a bunch of stuff. Download the firmware bin. So you could use a file to, like a separate program to basically go in to dive into the file structure of the thing, or you can use this command right here, which should, if this is the right thing, take that file and copy it to a directory that you can access right here, which will just throw that file into your same file all your configs are on, so you can actually access it through through mainsail. So you don't actually have to do that. So let's delete that, because we don't need a firmware file in our config file. So yeah, so that just, it's quick and it's easy. And I wish more, like this whole instruction set here doesn't need this software, at least so far. Okay. So now, rename the, we have a 128 meg SD card? Is it probably in the thing here? Is it in here? No, it's not in there. Okay, so I gotta find this itty bitty 128 meg SD card. I think I have one over here. I'm so paranoid. I have so many SD cards here and I have no idea which ones are like good and which ones are garbo. I'm assuming this one's okay. I'm assuming. Never assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me, but I'm gonna assume. Also, the fan on this is kind of loud. Please insert an SD card. What? Okay, this SD card is gone. Garbage. What about this SD card? I gotta have a 128 one somewhere. I know I have a 128 one somewhere. I was using it the other day. I know some of the only problem, oh, here it is. The only reason I'm looking is because most of the SD cards I have are several gigs. And I know some motherboards don't like reading the bigger cards. So, 128. There we go. There's a problem with the drive. Scan and fix. Okay, whatever. Okay. So, take the 128 and copy it in the firm. Okay, so let's do this. We got that. Copy onto the firmware.bin. Oh, rename it to firmware.bin. I think we already did. Downloads. Firmware.bin. Rename firmware bin file to... Oh, because the copy thing also renames it. The copy thing also renames it. I forgot it does that. So it copies clipper.bin and renames it to firmware.bin. And it copies it over. I forgot it does that. Okay, take that, copy onto that with the printer powered off. So let's turn the printer off. Shut down. We're now going to take the SD card, insert it into the SKR board, ensure the white switch is in the popped up state, and ensure that a USB cable is plugged in. Okay, so turn that off. Go to mobile so you guys cannot see what I'm doing because the camera angle is horrible. But over here, so this goes in here. If I can get it in here. There we go. Is that all the way in? Yeah, no. Yeah, that's as far in as it goes. I guess it just sticks out a bunch. Yeah, it looks like the image. It's in the popped up state. So that's popped down, popped up, popped down, popped up. And USB port is plugged in. So that is that. So insert SD card into SKR board. It sticks out a bunch. Ensure the white switch is in the popped up state. Ensure that the USB cable will power the printer back on. Okay, so turn it back on. Should like flash button, shouldn't it? Okay. It did a thing. It's okay. The bottom compartment, if you don't see it, you don't see it. Have you seen the Sony Tough? I'm assuming you mean SD cards. Got an R5 Mark II and Tough Sony, and they have heavy no lock buttons, a lot of contacts too. Nice. I mean, I haven't really, I'll be honest, I don't really have issues with SD cards dying too often. So, okay, SSH back into the printer in order to see the terminal IDs. Okay, so we get back in. So you just hit up. We'll try and log back into the printer. Cannot resolve, no host, no. Please tell me it didn't not save that. Did it not save the Wi-Fi credentials? So I gotta relog in. Menu, network, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, no, you're connected. you're connected. Why aren't you? Oh, you were just taking your sweet time. It just took a minute for it to actually show up. It was actually connected. Okay, so now we try this again. We're in. Okay, so now that we're in, find your unique IDs. So LS serial, blah, 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 blah. Boom. That's a lot of IDs. Oh, that's right. We have Toolhead boards. That's right. We got Toolhead boards. I forgot we have Toolhead boards. Okay. Serial ID for the SAR board should have STM or in its name. It should be written in a format shown. If you see Marlin or FS mode in the ID when the board has not flashed correctly. So we got, yeah, so we're there it is. There is our control board. So there we go. What is this other one? Oh, that's the Eddy? Oh, this is the Big Tree Tech Eddy, I think. Yeah. Okay. So now, in the main sale, open the printer.cg, paste the line that you have copied there. So let's copy this guy. Copy that. Okay, ensure the match is shown. Okay, so we go there. And we go to MCU. So we go here, open up that machine, printer.cfg, and then we go down here and we paste this here. Not 2 slashes, 1 slash. Save. Restart when done. Save and restart. Sweet. I mean, it's not going to work. The firmware for the Eddy is created in such the same way. Connect the printer, use terminus, CD Klipper. Oh, you have to flash the Eddy as well? Okay. Okay, so CD Klipper, make, menu, config. Configuring Eddy firmware. So we need to do the Eddy firmware. Okay, so this is Raspberry Pi, RP2040, no bootloader, W, blah, 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 USB serial. That looks pretty the same. Am I missing anything? Somebody yell at me if I'm doing something wrong. That looks pretty the same. And then USB IDs. That looks correct. Okay. Press Q, hit yes. Okay. Put the Eddy in boot mode. Before being able to flash the Eddy probe, we need to put it in boot mode. This can be a little tricky. You may need a hand to help you. Put the Eddy in boot by. With the printer powered up, disconnect the Eddy USB cable and reconnect it while holding down the boot button. Wish me luck, class. Can you overhead? I don't know. This is gonna be a mess. Okay. Where the frick is the switch on here? So I have, oh my. How is the Eddy plugged in? Which one is the Eddy? Scheisse. Which one's the Eddy? The Eddy comes in from the back. So the Eddy is around. I think this is the Eddy. Well, hopefully I unplugged the right one. Nope. That's not the Eddy. Okay, follow the cable. Oh, wait. That's that. Oh, that is the Eddy probe. Oh, this is the Eddy probe. Okay, wait. So what did I unplug then? Oh, I unplugged the camera. Okay, so unplug the Eddy. So that should kill the power to that. Oop. Aha, okay. So now oh God, this is, push down the button. I can't even see it. See, the problem is the stupid switch is right above it. It's like, okay, I need like a long, thin pin. See, I have a bunch of these, but I don't think they work. This kind of work, maybe? The problem is the cable goes right over it. I don't even know if I'm hitting it. What the frick? Hold the boot button down. Well, the problem is trying to get in there, because there's like, the problem is there's like a big assembly above it, and then the cable comes like right over this. So it's kind of like annoying. Like, worst comes to worst, I can always just undo it, I think. I just kind of hold it in my hand while I do it, and then... Oh, there we go. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So, push it down whilst holding and reconnect it. Okay. So I held the button down. Check the Eddy is in boot mode. LS USB. Oh. So what's it called? Raspberry Pi RP2 boot. Ah, there we go. There we go. Okay. It should show boot ID of 2E8A003. There we go. Okay. So send the following command. So CD Klipper. Make clean. Make flash. Or that is the... So that is the same as that. Okay. It's doing stuff. It's working. It's working. Come on. Come on. Building. Oh. Oh, I turned on caps lock. There we go. Resetting, locking. Ha, okay. It should take a minute to flash. You may get a failed. Ignore this. Manually reboot the Eddy by unplugging and plugging it back into your Pi. Okay. So we'll do that. So come over here. And then this is the Eddy. So unplug it. Make sure the light turns out. Okay. And then plug it back in. There we go. And then take all these wires and just kind of stuff them up under there. There we go. Okay. We're good. Y'all having fun? Put a 1 in chat if you're having fun. It's firmware. I'm doing the best I can, damn it, to make it entertaining. I should have like a special like firmware costume or something I wear when doing firmware, because literally it's just like me trying to fill the air while I copy and paste commands and stuff compiles. Okay, send that to get the that. Okay, so I'm assuming this is our new serial ID. So copy that, So behold, oh, there it is right there, Raspberry Pi. Cool. Okay. And now we go to eddy.cfg. And then we put this right here. There we go. Sure, it's in the same format, RP 2040, blah, blah, blah. That looks reasonable. Save and restart. There we go. Eddy connection. Once connected, you should see the following: MCU control board, Eddy. Ooh. MCU Eddy, and host. We're in. And it's not throwing any errors anymore. That can't be right. Yeah, we don't have any of the toolheads set up. That's just the base config. So the printer itself is alive now. The printer is alive. You can't do anything. Well, we can eat the bed up. That's about it. But the printer's alive. Okay. Now we got to do all the toolhead boards. Firmware for the printhead boards, toolhead board is created the same way as the previous boards. Enter CD Klipper. Okay. Make menu config. Open that, use the arrows to select a key before exiting, thoroughly check it. Firmly grasp it. Okay, so STM32. We are 42. STM32 F042. Bootloader offset, no bootloader. Clock reference, 8 megahertz. PA1112 USB IDs. Okay, that seems normal there. That should be default. Okay. And then, which one's this? Optional features. Oop. So we only need these 3. Okay. I've never had to go into that menu, but doing what the manual says. Before I thoroughly check the printer shown incorrect settings will cause errors. Okay. Print head flashing. Okay, connect. Okay, so this is, and then what is it? Q and yes. Q and then yes. Okay. Connect via USB just the print head tool board you are flashing, starting with print head 0, which is nearest the front. Okay. So we need to unplug these 3. So which one is number 1? I don't know which one's number 1. I'm assuming it's this one. They're all lit up still. They're all lit up still. Scheisse. Okay. Shoot. Okay, now I gotta trace cables. Okay, so this one goes, and it goes this one. Wait, no, that can't be right. Ah, shoot. This one goes to there. And then you go, you're plugged in. Okay, so you're plugged in. So you're the first one. So you're number 1. Okay. Right, because your cable comes in, goes there. And then this one goes there, and goes there. Okay, so you're number 1. So number 1's plugged in. Okay. I think I did them in the right order. We should be okay. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying Scheisse. I think it's, I watched the, whatchamacallit movie, or episode, Real History Buffs. It's a YouTube channel. He like watches like movies and then compares them to like how the actual history. I watched the one about Downfall like just before going live. Maybe that's why. Okay, connect via USB the print head board. Okay, we recommend connecting and disconnecting print head boards from the USB hub and not the print heads as they are via live. Wait. Oh, from the USB hub. Okay. There we go. Take care when handling printheads. The fan will be spinning. In order to flash a board, you'll need to put it in DFU mode. With the printer powered up and the Toolhead board connected, hold the following pins in order. Boot, reset, then set release, followed by the boot button. Okay, so we can luckily take it off its thing here so I can actually see what I'm doing. So, oh, and is the fan spinning? The fan is spinning. Okay, so boot, which is up top, reset, then release. Okay, so hold boot. It's gonna be annoying. Boot. Reset. Let go of reset. Let go of boot. Ooh, and a light turns on. Okay. The buttons might be a little tricky. Use a ceramic screwdriver. When in DFU mode, the white hot end LED near them should shine. I didn't know there was an LED on this. I didn't know there was a nozzle LED on this. I haven't watched Severance yet. I've heard good things. I have the first season downloaded. I just haven't got around to watching it. Okay. I've heard good things about Severance, but I'm a firm, I very rarely will get into a show unless it ends good. And I think Severance are only doing 3 seasons. So I might wait until the final season's done and just binge it all at once. Okay, LS USB. I don't see anything in DFU mode. Unplug and replug the USB hub from the Pi. Okay, so let me, yeah, I'm not seeing it in DFU mode. Okay, so unplug this from the Pi. Plug that, 1, 2, 3, 4. Plug that back in. Should still be in USB mode. Okay. I'm not seeing it. I am not seeing it. 483. I'm not seeing it. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. So, what is it? It's boot, reset, then release, reset, followed by, okay. So, boot. Oh, no. This is hard to do. This is hard to do. These are little. Boot. Okay. So do that. I got the white light on. And then LS USB. Why is it not showing in boot mode? Should see that if the board is not showing the DFU, unplug and replug the USB hub from the Pi. Let's try that again. Let's try this again. Plug the hub from the Pi. 1, 2, 10. Plug it back in. Wait a moment. How long is a moment? For only a moment like this. It is not showing up. What is going on here? Perhaps the wrong USB is connected? I don't think so. Let me double check. Let me follow these cables. Make sure I got the right thing. So we're doing number 1, which is this guy. This comes down, which is this hub, which is plugged into, oh, I'm plugged in backwards. Yep, I got the wrong one. I'm going the wrong way around. This guy. There we go. I'm going the other way. This goes to that. Okay. That goes to that. Okay. That's it. It's a bit of a spaghetti. There we go. There we go. STM32. Okay. There we go. So in this case, it's that. So there we go in DFU mode. Okay. Flashing the toolhead board. Okay. So CD Klipper. Make clean. And then flash device. Make flash device. There we go. There we go. Why the connector should be labeled. Yes, I'm looking for my white marker. I have a black marker. I don't know where I put my white marker. I used to have a white paint marker. Let me go digging in my thing and see what I got over here. Any paint markers left? Am I all out of paint markers? I got a blue paint marker. What's in here? Oh. Thought I had a white paint marker somewhere. I mean, they are like left to right type things, so it should take a minute to flash as long as you have file downloaded successfully. File downloaded successfully. Okay. Okay. Send the following. Find the printhead serial. Should be the one with F02 in its name. Okay, so that's that. So copy that. Okay, so insert the serial in the corresponding SO3X, where X is the first printhead. So. That. Save and restart. Okay. Flashing the remaining. Each printhead will have its own unique serial ID. Okay. So let's just notepad. Ooh, there we go. So we've already done that. So that is Toolhead 0. Just so I don't mix them up. Okay. Okay, so now we got to do it again. Again. Okay. So, you go back on there. Now we do number 2. So in this case, let me find a marker. I have markers, but they're black. I need more than, wait, let me run inside. Let me grab a gold marker. I want to make sure I don't want to mix these up because once they're labeled, they're labeled. Like I don't want to, I could have sworn I had a white marker somewhere. That's black. All my paint markers that I have are black. I had a white one and I don't know where it went. I have gold inside. 1 second. I'm going to go grab a gold marker. I'll be back. I'll be back. Okay, let's see. Okay. I think I forgot to turn my mic off. Hopefully you guys aren't hearing anything important. I mean, not that I really do anything important, so it's not like you really... Where? Oh, I know you're in here, marker. I know you're in here. Aha! Gold. Gold marker. There we go. You have a good day at school, Calvin? Yeah? Okay. There we go. Okay. One. Aha. There we go. So now we got that. So 1, 1. So now I can unplug that. And now we need to find 2. So 2 is, see the problem is I have these all nice and cable managed. I think this is it. That goes to there, which, it's all tangled. This is the problem. I have it all. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to cut it. Yeah. Come on. Really? There we go. All right. So this one now. There we go. Okay. So I shouldn't have to remake the thing, right? Follow from step 30. So I shouldn't have to do this again, right? This should already, like, I mean, I'll just double check. Make menu config. Yeah, this should all still be the same, right? Big guide flaw? What do you mean big guide flaw? 30 toolhead? Index, you don't have to flash 32 heads. Yeah, I don't need to rebuild it. Yeah. So Q. Okay. So that's that. Print head flashing. Did that. Put it in boot mode. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, on the index, you only have one toolhead. You have one toolhead. You don't have to reflash it. Yeah, this one isn't as stable as the other one. Boot. There we go. Okay. LS USB. Yeah, there we go. It is the same, and we only have the one because I unplugged the other ones. So there's only one USB in there. So we only have the one. Okay, and that, it should still be the same thing. Sweet. CD Klipper. Make clean. And then flash that one. So it's just flashing the same device. Because they're the same. No jumpers? No, you don't need to do jumpers. You just put it in boot mode with pushing some buttons. Often in Klipper, do you need to flash a new Klipper bin? Not often. Usually sometimes it's only after a major revision change. So usually it's only if there's a major revision change. But like the small updates, you don't really have to. And file successfully downloaded. There we go. Printhead serial ID, copy that. And then this one is number 2. And there should be a different number than this. Are these the same numbers? How are they the same number? I thought they couldn't be the same number. Oh, wait, no, they are different numbers. The beginning's different. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. And then we go over here. And this is Toolhead 2, but it's actually Toolhead 1 because computers start at 0. Save and restart. Sweet. There we go. And that is that one. So now, yeah, it's usually, I'm so used to like numbers changing at the end, not at the beginning. There we go. And now we got this guy out. Stay. So now we label this. 2, 2. And this one should be 3. That's 3, which is this one, which is the one we haven't used yet. There we go. There we go. And usually with Klipper is one of those things, unless there's like an update that pushes either a bug fix you need or it adds a new feature that you want, skipping an update isn't really going to hurt a lot of people. Like I only upgrade my printers like if I really need to, I'll be honest. USB. There we go. We are there. Sweet. Make clean. And then make flash. There we go. Yeah, why update? Exactly. Like I could see if like you had a really old install of Klipper and you wanted to add like the new adaptive bed meshing, the new input shaping routines. There are reasons to update. But if your machine's printing fine and you're having no downsides with it and it's like, well, I don't want to go through the hassle of updating, you don't need to. File downloaded successfully. And this is kind of like the conundrum I run into, is because I have so many different machines that are completely different running Klipper. If I were to sit down and spend a day just like updating all my printers, that would be an entire set of streams in of itself. I think Steve did that. I think Steve did a update all my printers Klipper stream at one point. Right, and that's this one here. And just make sure we got a different number. 1AA, yeah, that's different. Sweet, come over here. And this is Toolhead 3, which is Toolhead 2, because computers start at 0. And there we go. So now, saving that, flashing. Following that, each printhead will have its own unique serial ID entered into its own. Remember to only plug in one at a time. Okay. So, do I plug in all the USBs at this point? Do I plug in all the USBs at this point? I'm assuming. I'm assuming I plug in all the USBs at this point. I mean, it's not going to hurt, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And in case you didn't notice, I have it labeled 1 to 3, right to left, because these are Arabic numbers. There'll be like 1 person in chat who gets the joke and 3 rednecks who will get angry. There we go. Okay, and then we put this back on here. we go. Okay, so setting active print head. Okay, so now in the variables.cfg, set the number of print heads to 3. So we have, okay, so variables.cfg. So let's hide backup files. Number of print heads, active tools. We have 3. Okay, save. If you are installing 2 print ends, then install them first and second. Save when done. Okay. Did I actually shoot? I should probably go back. Did I save number this one? Yeah, I saved that one. Okay. Oh, they come from India. They're Arabic numbers. Where do you think Arabic numbers come from? Activating print heads. Activate the print that you installed by removing the at the front of the it's a hashtag. It's a pound sign, damn it. Back in my day. Back in my day, this was called a pound sign. There we go. Save and restart when done. So this is where we make sure everything's working. What are the PCBs with the green lights? They are on the Toolhead board. They're the Toolhead board PCBs. Oh, these ones. These are like power distribution for this. So this cable is 4 wires coming down, but it's like data plus minus 24 volts and 5 volts. Obviously, you don't want to plug 24 volts into a USB. So these just drop it to 5 volts to plug in the actual USB to the breakout. Okay. So we're not getting errors. Okay. Connections. After restart and giving you have your board. After restart and giving you have your board. Eddy Pro print heads flash correctly. After restarting and giving you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That looks right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 host. Yep, that looks right. Okay. If you're getting an error, you may need to reflash if you're stuck. Okay, so we look pretty good here. After restarting, given you have your board. There should be an S here. Or no. After restarting and given you have your board, Eddy probe, and print heads flashed correct. Wow, English is hard. Tabarnak, je peux parler français pour tout le monde de la stream. C'est une français stream, tout le monde. OK? Je suis perdu français tout de suite pour from ici till le fini de la télévision show. Français, maintenant. Juste français. Anglais et merde. Français. Okay. Anyways. Check the camera's device ID in the crow's nest log file. Open crow's nest.gfg, set the device you found in the log file. Okay, so how do I do this? So, crow's nest. I have never looked at the crow's nest log file. Seulement? Et mon français n'est pas très bien, un petit peu de français. Mais mon français, c'est très bien comprendre anglais. Omelette du fromage. Mais c'est actually omelette au fromage. Omelette du fromage, c'est incorrect. C'est omelette au fromage. Mais pas omelette du fromage. Okay. So I click that. I get a whole bunch of stuff here. Where is crow's? Wow, I've never looked at the crow's nest this. Dev video 0. Okay. Oh, I should change it to dev video 9. Then, wait, wait, what? Open the crow's nest.g, set the device ID to what you found in the file. Mine's video 0, right? So I would set video 0. So I would set this video 0, right? Yeah. Save and restart. Also, it should probably help if I uncover the camera so you can actually see it. So I got a little cap on it. Oh, there we go. Take the cap off. Okay. Camera settings. Now go in the camera, name it P300 or something else you would like. Okay, so go here. Okay, so we'll probably make this full screen. Here, camera. Webcam P300. Okay, edit. Okay, it's P300. ULV4 MPEG. Save. Update webcam. We're getting no signal. No signal. Is webcam plugged in? Webcam should be plugged in. I mean, it's... Oh, Klipper shut down. What happened? Did unplugging the... Oh, lost communication. Oh, I think I unplugged the wrong thing. I think I unplugged the hub. Oops. Then which one's the camera? Is the camera plugged in? That's not. No, that's plugged in. Failed. Okay, firmware restart. Ooh, there's red lights on them. They turn red when they're not working. Okay, there we go. We're back. Okay, so crow's nest. Video 0. Dashboard. I don't know why we're not getting the camera. Webcams. Edit. Restart the Pi. Oh, okay. Shut down. It's a pain in the ass. I'm not going to disagree. Turn that off. Okay. Count to 10. 1, 2, 10. Turn it back on. Video 0. I did put a video, but I think because I unplugged it, I have to like restart it. Also, there should be a button to flip this because this is, there we go. LS USB. Yeah, we'll check in a minute. I think it's because I unplugged it while I was, because Klipper really doesn't like it hot swapping cameras, I found. Sometimes it works, but a lot of times it doesn't like it. So I'll be honest, this is going pretty smooth. For only an hour and a half in, we're already, everything's flashed. is camera was on vid 1. Camera 1, camera 2. Camera 1, camera 2. Go to view. Yeah, video 0. Yeah, it says video 0. Crowsnest.conf. Video 0. Yep, video 0. Are PTC heaters dangerous? No. Let's look at the USB connection. Yeah, let's get back in here. What is it? LS USB? Oh, I have caps lock on. There we go. LS USB. Linux. Which one would be camera? There's that. There's that. Oh, there's the webcam. The webcam's showing up. Yeah, webcam's there. So then why is it showing that it's video 0? That's video 0, right? Dev video 0. Dev video 0. Yeah, I go into dev video 0. LS USB. Oh, no. Let me see if I copy that from chat. Copy. Control V. Okay, I have a whole bunch here. Which one do I use? It's showing all of them here. 10 May. Let's do video 10. That is the newest one. Oh wait, these are all just different days of the week. They're all just different days. 10? Okay, we'll try 10. Try 10. Save restart. No signal. No signal. I mean, it's showing up. I mean, the default one was 9. Default was 9. Let's just leave it at 9, because that was the default. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. What is it? 1280 by 720? What's 1080p or 720p? 1280 by 720. Max FPS 30. Save and restart. Yeah, so fun fact, I should have just left it alone. Unless it doesn't do 1080p. It doesn't do 1080p. Edit. Okay. Well, I will. What was it? It was 6. What was the original resolution? 640 by 480. Okay, we'll just leave it at 640 by 480 because that works. 640 by 480. Save and restart. Now it's not working. I'll take a look now. There we go. Oh, you can check the log file to see supported specs. Okay. So this is what it's set up for, but how do I see? How do you see its supported specs? I see 800 by 600. Is that the most we can go? Seen a lot of 800 by 600. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna fap with the camera because honestly, am I making spaghetti? No. Okay, that's all I need. Although I wish it was widescreen. Let's try one more time. $12.80. 80 by 720. Save and restart. Nope, it can't do. Oh, there we go. There we go. Cancel. There we go. There we go. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. There we go. Thumbs up. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Okay, so camera's at, restart, camera settings, whatever. Okay, Klipper check. So that's it. Next step, checks and calibration. So now I think we can yeet it up into its desired orientation. So let's do that, and hopefully I don't break anything. Should I turn the printer off? Let me make sure all the wiring's good. Is the wiring hanging down? No, we're good. We're good. Okay. There we go. I don't need that one yet, but there we go. Okay. Do that so I can actually kind of see what I'm doing. Before we get too far, you'll do. Say hello to the uh-oh bed. This is my uh-oh bed that we use on printers where we might have an uh-oh. Okay. Adjust the servo arm so that its lowest value on the shaft sits parallel to the body. What? Where is the servo arm? I can't even see. It's installed in the thingy. How am I supposed to? Adjust the servo arms so that the lowest value the shaft face sits parallel with the servo body. So I have to take it off? I'm taking it off. Okay. How do I take it off? 2 on the bottom. Okay. Actually, I'm going to check how much longer is this? How much longer is this step? I don't think would be able to go, let me, fans, end stops, motor checks. Yeah, we're doing a bunch of Okay, let's just power through the calibration, and then next stream will hopefully be the first prints. Okay, so I gotta take this off. So I take off the servo, I guess. I mean, this says 2 to 3 hours, shit. Bed tramming, testing tap. Yeah, first print. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, should we power through it? Yeah, we'll power through it. We'll keep going. So what is this? So cam position 30 send. Where's cam position? Okay, so let's take that motor off, I guess. Taking off the motor. Okay, of course it's all like zip tied together. Okay. So cam position 30. So if I send to 30, it should save. So adjust the value here, we found 30. So 30, send, will it move? I mean, that kind of looks okay. Adjust servo to the lowest value, the shaft's face sits parallel with the servo body. So I'm assuming it's squared up. So I'm gonna have to play with this because I don't think that's right for mine. Let's see here. Yeah, let's, oh, this is gonna be annoying. Okay, so I am not squared. I am not squared. I am not squared. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, doesn't help the machining on this ain't great. Where's a parallel? I need a proper parallel. I'm not liking this. Give me a parallel. Fun fact, you want help doing a lot of stuff like this? Stuff that makes this easier, one of those little tools that you should buy that you probably never need, but you'll love if you have it. Get a set of parallels. Because the problem we're having here is that's not parallel at all. So 32. No, 28. 28 looks pretty good. That looks 20, 29 maybe. Problem is dang, I'm not liking this. This is such a imprecise. It doesn't help the chamfering on it is uneven, so it's throwing off my view. But if I push that there, yeah, that looks okay. So 28 seems to be the way to do it. So 28 seems, send me a picture of your rack. Ooh, Apollo does have a nice rack. I mean, look at that rack. It's a pretty hefty rack you got there. Okay. Make note of this number. It will be your docking angle. Docking angle 29 or 28. Okay. So do that. Greasing the mechanism. Before reinstalling the servo arm spring, add grease to the spring and the servo arms. We recommend using high pressure lithium grease. So grease the spring and grease that nubbin. Okay, I can do that. I don't know how much grease to add, but there we go. Added grease. Add grease inside the cam pin as well. Okay. And then we put this back together. I put way too much grease in this. Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I got grease all over my hand. I mean, at least I won't have to worry about my hands rusting. Right? Okay. That's that. That is horizontal. Okay. Little bit of grease. Little bit of grease to get things going. Video completely froze. No. Deactivate. Activate. Oh, it probably doesn't help I have a 20-foot freaking USB cable attached to it. Deactivate, activate. Come back to me. Come back to me, camera. Okay. We've lost mobile cam. Okay. Well. Servo angle. Next, we need to set the set a select angle value. We found 110. After setting, companion should rotate anti-clockwise to position left of vertical. Okay. So set to 110. So anti-clockwise. So that should go that way. Okay, that seems to work. So it you can't see it because my freaking camera broke, but here, watch. You see it? Ready? 28. Oh, and then 110. It's alive! Okay. Tool, restore to the original angle. So we're gonna go with 28. That seems the most flattest. Okay, manually move the tool carriage over to a print head and insert the cam pins into the tool plate. Send the servo 110. The camera should pick up the tool head. Check that it's secure. Release when happy and redock. Okay, so if someone wants to queue up the whatchamacallit from the movie with the guy in space where what's his name went to space and he saved the world. Come on, TARS. So should come in. Oh, I'm like, why won't it move? I still have my like little rubber stoppies in here. Yeah, when Ben Affleck saved the world from the from Godzilla. Okay, let's see. So it should line up. Oop. Okay, so that's that. And then it should send 110 and it should grab it. Send. Okay, and now, oh, that is solid. And then 28, let go. Oh, freaking beautiful. Oh, it grabs it with authority too. I like it. There we go. Okay. So that comes out. When happy, saving dock and angles. Okay, so we go to macros.cfg and dock angle. Okay, so we go to machine, macros.cfg, and we got to find dock. Dock. Servo dock. Okay, so this angle is 28. So I'm going to drop this to 108. Just because I figure if I'm too off. Save and restart. Okay, save and restart. By the way, this is the giant light you see me staring at all stream. Because there should be like a dock and undock button. Yeah. Yeah. So let me just oh, went to 0. So 28. Okay, so let me grab one of these. Just do the middle one for now. Okay. So 108. Yeah. That seems to grab it. And then 28. Perfect. Sweet. Okay, that works really nice. That works really nice. See, if I was on the other platform, I'd be like, throw some Twitch primes in chat for that success. Yeah. Okay. Thermistors in the mainsail dashboard, check that you're receiving the correct temperature reading. Eddy temperature may be higher. This is okay. Okay, so dashboard. Those all look like temperatures. All roughly the same. In the room right now, it is a little chilly. It's around 20 Celsius, so there we go. Okay, how many people do we even have chat right now? We got 270 people dealing with this. Y'all insane. Okay, set the part cooling fan to 100%. So part cooling fan. Which is this guy in the back. I will say it's not crazy loud. Oh, it's getting a lot of back. There's a lot of back pressure. There's a lot of back pressure, but it is blowing air. Not a crazy amount of air, but it is blowing air. Okay, so we're good there. Got to make sure the jumper's set for 24. I got to remind me to check that. Get a heater for the garage. I mean, the garage is 20 right now. It's actually really nice out here. I'm going to need a cooler in a bit. I'm just waiting on sales. Set the part cooling fan. I don't have the filter fan installed. Obviously, we don't have the top hat on. Deal with that later. End stops. Okay, with the printhead moved to the middle of the build space so as not to trigger any of the end stops, check their status. They should all report or open. Open. Okay, so now we okay, move the gantry all the way to the right as to trigger the X end stop. Let's unplug you. I still have these orange stoppers in here. Did I take that one out? Nope. All the way to the right. Touch that. And triggered. Insert political joke about the party you don't like now. Okay. Move the back to trigger the Y. Go to the back. Trigger the Y. Triggered. Okay, and then Z is that guy. So that's that. Heat pump. Yeah, I want to get a Mr. Cool or whatever heat pump for the garage because I need one because it gets too cold. It gets too hot out here in the summer and gets too cold in the winter to just like, I've been dealing with it for like 2 years now or a year and a half. The heat is the problem. The winter's actually not too bad. I have a little space heater I plug in. Yeah, it cost me like 70 bucks a month in heating bill to run a little electric heater out here. But it's not that bad. The summer, it sucks out here because literally you want to know how I kept cool out here like the last 2 summers? About 3 hours before stream would go live, I would drop the AC in my house to like 18 Celsius just to crank it, open the door to my garage and have a fan blow cold air from my house into the garage. And then when the stream went live, I would shut it off. And I would stay cool out here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then it would get hot because, yeah, it gets hot out here. Okay, after setting the commands, the corresponding motor should turn anti-clockwise by a small amount. So up, down, right? So this would be front left. And I wish this camera worked. I don't know why it's not working. Like, plugged in, maybe if I, like, you should be, like, come on, mobile camera. Deactivate, activate. Maybe if I plug you into here, you'll be happy. Deactivate, activate. Nope, I might have to restart OBS. It's been a butt. Being a butt. Okay, anyways. Okay, so it should move in the positive direction, so it'll be down, up, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There we go. And then Z1 and Z2. And Z2 should be the back, I believe. Z1 to test the rear motor, okay. And down, up, down, up. There you go, down, up, there we go. By the way, for those wondering, using printers to actually heat your garage in the winter is actually extremely uneconomical. Because if your printer is putting off enough heat that it's enough to heat up your garage, your enclosure sucks and you're wasting a lot of heat. And then Z2, so they're down, up. They're all right on the first time. That is a goddamn miracle. That's one of them gosh darn it miracles. Okay. So in our quad XY motion system, the X motors are the front left and rear right gantry. Send the following command to do that. Okay. So the front left and rear right motors should turn clockwise by a smaller amount. So clockwise by a small amount. I'll be. They are kind of moving in the correct orientation, and we've lost the webcam again. That's okay. Why did we lose the webcam? Edit. Update webcam. Why did we lose the webcam? Oh, whatever. Okay. Okay, so that's good. And our quad core XY motion, the Y motors are the front, are the rear left and the front right. They should move anti-clockwise, so counterclockwise. So that means it should move this way. Aha! We're good. You can barely see it. They're moving. Well, he hasn't bought it. He's donated and I got to go find one. That's the thing. Okay. Home X and Y axis. Keep your finger on the power switch in case of a crash. Oh, that's always good. So let's move you to the middle. Let's get the overhead camera on. Actually, we'll do this. Okay. So, home the X axis. So the X axis should home X is left, right, Y is this way. So it should go that way. Home X. It should go that way. Home Y. It should go that way. It's alive. All right. Silicone docks. Adjust and tighten the silicone docks so that they apply a slight amount of upward pressure onto the tool head when it is docked. Okie dokie. How do I do that? How do I do that? How do I do that? Do I just kind of... I mean, they just kind of... How do you adjust the docks? Do I just kind of bend them? It just says the dock. They're just straight into a screwed hole. How do I adjust the docks? Slide them up, I guess. Yeah, you can kind of move them a bit. There is a little bit of movement. Can't see that one. There we go. There we go. Okay, so they're doing that. Okay, print head set position. Use mainsail to move the toolhead cartridge to find the first print head select position. The cam pitch should enter the tool plate without bumping it. There should be less than 1 millimeter gap between the tool plate and the master plate. Test this by sending a locking command to the servo, in our case, angle 120. Okay. Successfully make note of the XY position. This is your, okay. So now we have to do science. So let's home X. Home Y. So we're home to X and Y. Now we have to do some docking. It's rattling. I'm gonna take this one off now and put the proper one on. Because that one's being very reflective and it's getting annoying. Okay, so luckily, the maps on this is actually pretty easy. Okay. Oh God, this is annoying. Because I gotta look like right down. Move 1 millimeter back. Nope, that's too much. That looks okay. There we go, docked. So that is 67, negative 67, Y50. Why negative 67? Oh, because Toolhead, yeah, it's got to move into the negative. Okay. And then, so, notepad. Okay, get rid of all these. Get rid of all these. Yeah, I know you can't find it because you're trying to, don't save. Notepad. Okay, so TC or TH 0 is X67, X negative 67, X 67, Y 50. Okay, and just make sure it docks and undocks. Let's see here. Without bumping it. I think I bumped it. I'll be honest, I think I bumped it. Oh no, there's still play there, so it's not fully rigid. Okay. Test position by locking. So can position 108. And that is locked. So now I should be able to move it out 50. And that's undocked. And if I move it back 50. Okay. And then I should be able to cam position 28, send, and then move it out 50. Like a glove. Okay. Tool carriage is bumped at any point. You should rehome your XY to prevent skipped error steps. Sweet. Okay. So that is that. Okay. With the tool head position from the previous stock, step out, move it 100 millimeters positive in the Y direction. Check that the printer cable is secured. I kind of did that. I moved out. Well, I moved out 50, but we should be good. Find the Y position may be slightly different than the. Yeah, Okay, let's, I wish there was a quick dock undock button. So move in 50. Grabs that. I wish there was like an actual dock undock instead of me having to do this. So 108. That grabs that. So let's move out. Overhead. I just want to see what the alignment looks like. Okay, I'm gonna have to move it ever so slightly, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to move it out. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, this is fun. Click, click, click. I think 66.5 is. Yeah, 66.5. So let's try this. So cam position 28. Unlock. Now let's move out. Okay. Shit, what was that number? 66.5? Yeah, 66.5. 66.5 and 51. So 6.5. There we go. Okay. And that is cam position 108. That locks that. And then move out 100. Grabs the tool, brings it out. Everything's nice and locked in position. And then we can bring it back. And then we unlock. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then cam position 28, unlock. And now I should be able to move out. And we're good. There we go. Millennium Machines, how you doing? Been a while since I did the beard care fun. Cheers and appreciate it. I did knock it down a bit. Remember though, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, I'm hiding behind this stupid thing. Where am I at? I got the stupid things popped up above me. There we go. Best way to do it, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others because it allows other people to hang out when we do cool member stuff. Okay, so that's that. Repeat for the previous steps to find the positions of the remaining tool heads. Okay, so now I got to do that all again for the other tool heads. Fun times. Okay, so tool head 1 is X 66.5, Y 51. Now we got to do tool head 0. Dougal gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now we got, so if all goes well, I shouldn't have to mess with the 66.5 part. So now I gotta go the other way. So move to the back. Ah, this is annoying. So this is the problem, because I'm like having to hit buttons. While looking at stuff on different angles. It's like, okay, that's that. There we go. 66.5, Y160. 66.5, Y160. Let's do cam position. 108. Oh! This is the second time this has happened. That's the second time we've lost that third one. That's the second time we've lost that third one. Yeah, I know it's 0 and 1. Yeah, I know. Okay, so now we got to rehome this. Okay, home X. And Y. That was like 160, right? All right, so I'm gonna have to fiddle around with that and figure out why we're losing connection with Toolhead 3. Hopefully it's just a bad cable. Oh. No, that's number 0. Why are we losing 0? Why are we losing 0 here? Reboot. Shut down. Try again. Not liking that. I'm not liking that. Let's fiddle with some stuff. Let's fiddle with some stuff. Let's make sure these are all plugged in good. Okay, let's see here. So you are all plugged in. You're plugged into that. You're all plugged in. Plugged in, plugged in, plugged in. That's all that. That's all that. Let's see here. Maybe I should try a different USB port, maybe? Because this plugs into there. Let's swap this around. You go there. And you try plugging into this guy. I think you're a USB 3 port, so let's try that instead. Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try that. Slowly rust you down. Slowly come down. There we go. Maybe different USB ports. Maybe I'm running into a timing issue. That's one of the fun things with Klipper is timing. Okay, let's try this again. It's PROFORGE ToolChanger, or this is the PROFORGE. This is not an index. This is not the index. I wish I had an index, but I do not. This is the PROFORGE. While it does that, I'm gonna have a delicious drink of my delicious gamer subs. Use code Canuck, save 10% on your order. Boom. Waiting on the Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi. Come on, Wi-Fi. I see the stealth meter? Yep. There we go. All right, we're back in action. Okay. X. We lost the webcam. Y. Well, I got a feeling we're gonna lose it again here. 0. 160. We lost the webcam. Why are we losing the webcam? Webcams, edit. Update webcam. We're losing the webcam. We're having something with the USB hub, I think. Something's being funky with the USB hub. So I think 66.5 will work. Negative 66.0. Oh, I heard the click. Okay, right there is where it touches, 66.2. 66.2. Negative 66.2. Y 160. So now let's try a dock cam position. 108. Grab it. Okay. And then move out 100. Well, that's way off. Wow. So the problem is it's kind of like grabbing them at an angle. Like it's not perfectly square. Right about there. Cam position 28. Overhead. Now I should be able to disengage, move out. Okay, move in. There we go. Okay, so that is 161.4. So that's that one. Now PH2. Am I unlocked? Let me just double check. Cam position. So let's just double check. 108. Lock. That's locked. Move out 50. Okay. Move in 50. Okay. And then cam position. Oop. Shit. 28. That's open. Okay. Send. So now I should be able to move out and it should be undocked. There we go. Okay. Now, the last one. Isn't calibration fun, guys? Put a 1 in chat if you're enjoying all this, all these calibrations. What for? Don't forget, we are going to do the giveaway at the end of stream, so if you haven't entered for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Do this now. Back a bit. Okay. Trying to hear for the, right there. So that's 66. So we are slightly skewed here, or it could be not skewed. X negative 66. So we got like a 0.5 millimeter drift. I think this one might be a little too high, but I'll double check that one after. So -6. Okay. Cam position 108. Lock. That grabs that. 100 millimeters out. Oh, that's overhead. Decouple. Or decoupled. Okay, so now we got to bring it back in. Okay. There we go. So that's -66. Y 271.4. Okay. Clamp position 28. Send. That's undocked. So now I should be able to move 100 out. Move 100 back. That engages. Cam position 108, grabs it. Move 100 out. Move 100 in. And cam position 28. Send. Move 100 out. Okay, so now I'm going to just verify that this one last position. So Y51. And then X -65. So it should bring it in and be pretty close. Isn't it fun being able to move stuff using a command line and just being able to type in grid coordinates and the printer just moved to it? Isn't that fantastic? So now I'm just listening for the ever so slight interruption of metal. Right there. 65.9. That seems a bit. Yeah, 65.9. Yeah, so we're within. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Oh wait, no, shoot. 65.9. Yeah, so there is a little bit of variation between the different positions, but there's enough tolerance stacking that kind of makes sense. Like they're all just kind of, you know, printed parts and whatnot. Well, yes, I do have an enclosure for this. I do have an enclosure for this. So there we go. Cam position, lock. 100 meters or 100 millimeters overhead, move out. So it has the tool head, move in. Perfect. Cam position, 28. Send. And move out 100 millimeters. Voila. C'est bon. Okay. So we have all that. So use mainsail to move. The dock should be the same as the X position. Okay, dock release the printhead, blah, 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 in our case. Okay, saving the dock positions. Enter your select and dock positions in the printhead. Okay, that way over there. Where's my notepad? There we are. Okay. So, in the variables.cfg under Toolhead select. Okay. Oop. One second. My phone's going off, but I don't think it's anything important. Ooh, that's important. I need to announce that. I'll do it in a second. Okay. So yeah, so they're all pretty close to what I have. Yeah, they seem pretty close to what I have. Like there is going to be a little bit of variable, obviously. What's the difference between select and docking? Oh, I see the Y. I mean, it... I mean, I think I'm just going to leave them the same. Negative 65.9. Y is 51. Negative 66.2. Y is 161.4. Yeah, because like the select position is pretty much the same. Because I was testing it. So if it's the same, it's the same, right? So this is negative 66. This is 71. And these are all the same. Negative 65.9. Dock Y 51. Negative 66.2. Dock Y 161.4. This one is negative 66. 271.4. Okay. So it looks like the Toolhead select docking is just 2 millimeters more. I mean, I don't think it really matters. I'll knock 1 millimeter off these. Actually, whatever. I'll just leave it for now, and if it's an issue, I'll fiddle with it. Okay. So that. Saving, enter that. Save and restart. Okay. Revo extruder PID. Okay, so now by home X, home Y, I should be able to hit like dock tool 0 or select tool 0 and I'll pick it up. Dock tool 0. dock tool 1. Oh, wait, select tool 1. Dock tool 1. Select tool 2. Dock tool 2. Select tool 0. Dock tool 0. Center. It works. We got 20 minutes left. What do we got left? Revo PIDs. Okay, if you have only the standard SO3 extruders, you can skip this step. Okay, we have the standard one, so we don't need to do that. If you have Revo installed, comment out the S. Okay, so we're good there. So we can skip this step. Sweet. Testing, selecting, and docking. Home, X, and Y. So we just did that. Always dock the current print head to its dock before selecting another print head. Not doing so will cause a crash. Okay, extruder checks and hotning. Okay. So we're gonna call it here, I think. I think this is a good spot. We'll do all this on the next stream. We'll hot tighten it, we'll test all that, and then we'll get to printing. Because I don't want to go through, because we got 20 minutes left. I won't have time to heat up each one. And now that we're actually doing heating stuff, I'm not gonna, I don't know, we wouldn't be able to finish it. So I think that's a good spot to call it. It works. It works. Is Orca able to handle this? Why wouldn't it? Orca's fine. Any tool changing, any slicer that allows tool changing would be fine. Orca should, it's just T0, T1, T2. It's just a macro. Like the slicer just needs to have a on tool change, just have a line. Like the slicer doesn't control really this stuff. It's all a macro. So. Heck yeah. I don't know why the webcam keeps dropping out. I'm not too happy about that, but we'll figure it out later. But yeah, does it have inbuilt protection to stop you from trying to dock? It just said don't try it because it'll crash. I don't know what the macros are like. I'm sure you can set up, if there's not, I'm sure there are macros to prevent it from auto crashing. Like where if it already has a tool head, but I don't know how to set those up. So I'm just relying on however it came from the factory. So hopefully we're okay. Let me take all these little nubbins off now. I don't think we need these anymore. But yeah, I think we're good there. So the next Friday with this, we should be printing. So if you haven't yet, we're gonna be doing the draw in just under 20 minutes. So if you want to enter for your chance to win some Polymaker filament, link in the video description, enter for your chance while you're down there. Don't forget to check out some of the other links down there. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs one, use code Canuck, save some money. Same with Gloop. What was the announcement I was supposed to make? Oh, that's right, this is the new deal. Well, not new deal, but yo, go get some JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Gamer Subs on sale now. There you go. I think the free shipping sale ended today. It's Fridays when they do the new stuff. I'm just gonna peek my head inside for a second just to figure out what's going on for dinner if I'm cooking. Un momento, por favor, biblioteca. I'm back. Desktop, mobile. I think I fixed the mobile camera too. Deactivate, activate. Really? No? You still gonna be a butt? No? Unplug, plug in. Deactivate. Activate. We're back. Sweet. Okay. There we go. Okay, ready? 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 Select T0. Dock T0. Select T2. Dock T2. Select T1. Dock T1. Haha. Yeah. Build use. I have a bunch of cheapo Wi-Fi cameras. They end up dying from the heat. Maybe add a micro switch for each one to see when the tool heads are docked in code. I mean, there's tons of ways to do it. This is the first time I've ever actually, I have a tool changer. I have a Prusa XL. It's a very nice tool changer, but I don't faff with the Prusa XL. It's the Prusa XL. I leave it alone and I let it do its thing because it's really good at what it does, but I don't faff with it. This is the first time I've ever built a tool changer. So this is all new for me, especially in Klipper. So this is gonna be really handy come a little bit when we're faffing about with other stuff with Klipper with like indexes and whatnot. So, yeah. I'm just happy it's working. I'm just happy it's working. Let me just make sure everything heats up here. Yep, so that heats up. $30. Oop, nope, not 300. 30. They're all going to overshoot because they're only heating up like a couple degrees. 0, 0, enter. 0, enter. And yeah, so those are all working. Heck yeah. These fans are all working. PIDs are working. We're going to have to PID tune the bed. I'll do that once it's all enclosed. I'm not too concerned right now. But yeah, heck yeah. Heck yeah. We're getting there. We are getting there. I really think the index boom will damn. Well, damn what? A tiny 5-volt fan wires and run it through going to keep them cool works a treat. Oh, nice. Just checking on, see what's going on news-wise in 3D printing. Is there any 3D printing news going on? Let's check. Reddit /r 3D printing. I built a 350 Trident a while back. Buddy sold me his 350 2.4 LDO orange frame built the same time as mine. He sold it to me after 800 with cam and tap in XOL. If 800 for 350 V2 with a bunch of upgrades, that ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Not gonna lie. What do I have in the oh yeah, that's right. I got some bulgogi. Do some bulgogi tonight. I was looking for a 2.4 kit to build with. 2.4 is gonna be fun with Bondtech or with the Index. I really think though, with the amount of tool heads, I think a Trident makes a bit more sense. It's funny, I was saying Tridents made more sense for tool changes on Vorons for the longest time. And then right now, currently, the most popular way of doing a tool changer on a Voron is with a V2, because it turns up going up and docking the tool heads actually makes sense if you think about it. Because you only exclude that one little area of the build instead of all of it. So yeah, there's that. But I think for an Index, like they have a 2.4 with an Index system, but that's 9. I think a modified Trident gantry where you spin the tool head around and cinch up those front idlers, like move the front idlers right to the front and mount them to, because on a Trident, you don't have to move your idlers up and down. So I'm thinking if you move the idlers to the front frame and just mount them right into the vertical extrusions, that would allow the gantry to move even further forward, and then spin the XY around. So you're gonna have to figure out how to rebelt it. So spin the XY around so that the tool head mounts backwards. So that way the extrusion can move all the way up to the front and not hit the, it basically moves all as far up as it can move, make it move up further, have the tool head facing backwards, and then have your docks between your AB motor mounts and have the filament come in from the back. I think may be a decent option. At least that's what I'm going to try on mine, but we'll see. Yeah, it works with, yeah, if you're okay with having the filament come out the front, you could just use the stock setup and swap the tool head and just put a bar in the front, mount them there, and off you go. But I kind of want to switch my, I want the front open. I don't like having all that in the front. I prefer my junk in the trunk, if that makes sense. I need to figure out why this webcam keeps dropping out. Not liking how the webcam keeps dropping out. You know what? I am going to go back to 640p. Maybe it's just... What is it? 640 by 480. Save and restart. I don't know. Webcam keeps dropping out. So the door could stay. Well, here's the thing. Like, people are like, oh, with all that in the front, it's going to be hard to enclose. It's the same as a top hat. You just take a top hat, what you would normally put on a printer as a top hat, you just make it a front hat. You just have a big box that opens in the front. You just make a box out of it, aluminum extrusion with some panels, and you just do that, and that encloses the front. So it's not that hard to enclose it. Also, the whole loop that you see, that's just kind of like the temporary solution that's kind of working right now that we may end up releasing, we may not. It's all 3D printed, by the way. That's just kind of this is kind of a system that just works on all our machines. We'll figure out how to make it more elegant later on. We're not, you want to make the tool changing system works the way you want it to perfectly and be final design before you worry about how you feed the thing. Like, you do want to worry about how you feed the thing, but you kind of want to, the tweaking comes at the end. Gummies are for the other build? Yeah. I still have the giant bag of gummies from the XL. Where did I put them? They're somewhere in the fridge. Or did I put them in the freezer? Or, I can't remember where I put them. The gummies that came with my Prusa XL sat outside for too long and they all melted. So they're like one giant gummy. And just seeing if there's anything yapping in 3D printing news to look at. Or if anything's on the Twitter or projects or anything. Secretly charges you for gummy bears. I mean, I've got several partial bags of gummy bears around the shop right now. Although I will say the Haribos dry out really quickly. So some of them are garbage. Yeah, these ones are. Haribos are really nice until they dry out. Then they're garbage. TCT 360. Really? In Birmingham? I thought that was later in the year. I thought TCT. Oh my God, I'm tired. It's Friday, right? Looks like Starship is launching on Tuesday, hopefully. Well, that'll be fun. Tuesday afternoon. Okay. The Albany, yeah, the Albanese gummies are good too. Stone, hey, you got here just in time for us to like do the draw. You got like 7 minutes if you want to enter for a spool of Polymaker filament. We got the printer moving though. It docks and undocks and moves around. All we have to do next Friday is some PIDs, do some hot tightening of the nozzles and final tweaking and adjustment and make sure the extruders are pushing the right way. And we should be able to do a test print hopefully next Friday. Yeah, tool changers are hard. Yeah, this, like, here, I'll show you. Like, we got it. I'm sure I could still do a little bit more fine tweaking to make it, like, really, really good and optimized. But I mean, like, right now, select T0. Dock T0. Select T2. Dock T2. Center. Select T2. Dock T2. There we go. Ta-da! Came a long way. Well, to be fair, today we did like nothing mechanical. Today was all firmware. Although I will say, as far as the Klipper kit goes, the instructions were really nice. There were a few things I could probably point out that could use a little bit of a little bit more wording. But for the most part, the setup of the firmware on here was really good. The instructions made a lot of sense for this kit. Basically, if you follow the instructions word for word, you should have a printer moving. If you run into problems, they have solutions like, oh, try this, try this, try this. But it does seem like we have a pretty good setup here. What hotels do Murph people like? Honestly, for Murph, whatever's the cheapest. Whatever is the cheapest. Like labeling the USB. Well, to be fair, that's a wiring thing. Like, it would be smart to label them going forward. Like just having a little note, label them, but I labeled them as I want. Gold pen. Is there any kind of nozzle calibration system? Yes, there is a, where is it? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Hopefully I need it. There, this guy. This mounts to the bed and you plug in, there's a wire hanging underneath that's not plugged in. This is a little switch and a ball switch. This is used for nozzle calibration. I'm assuming we'll get to that on Friday. So this deals with alignment of the nozzles. So I'm assuming there's a macro or something that you run that will line up your nozzles. But that is, yeah. So when it starts up, it uses an Eddy probe. So a Big Tree Tech Eddy probe, eddy current probe for bed meshing and your Z offset. And then for calibrating the nozzles, though, it has a removable calibration switch, which I just put back there. So. All right, so we're going to do the draw in 3 minutes. I'm curious how that compares to something like the XL. It's a different way of doing it. Like, personally, I'm a big fan of nozzle probes. I'll be honest, I like nozzle probing because you're actually probing the bed. The problem is when you're trying to build machines using commercial off-the-shelf components, basically a kit from different components from different sources, you don't have as much control over everything to ensure everything works together the way you want. So you kind of like you kind of have to go with like macro versus micro with your options. Like, okay, eddy current probe, you slap on an eddy current probe and measure the bed, done. Versus like, okay, this is a nozzle probe. Now we need a tool head that I can source for all these kits that have some modularity to work with different designs, but they have to have eddy current probes in them. I don't think anyone makes off-the-shelf nozzle probes. Like, the only way this would work is if each one of these tool heads had like a Revo Peasy probe in them or something similar. I don't think anyone makes, like, these are the orbiter from LDO. This is basically an off-the-shelf orbiter. I don't think anyone makes off-the-shelf tool heads that you can use in a ToolChanger that are compatible with like Klipper that have a built-in nozzle probe. So, what draw? For the Polymaker filament that's pinned in chat. So, apparently this happened yesterday in Texas. Ooh. Like, I know slip and slides are fun, but I don't think you should be taking your plane on a slip and slide. Okay, 1 minute. Yeah, nozzle probes are great. The problem is you either have one or you have a controlled ecosystem where you can basically control everything. Like, you're watching the Prusa build, right? You see how they have the probe built directly into the heat sink, and it's like this whole homogeneous ecosystem. The sphere from 4 direction, then knows the exact center. Yeah, that's what I figured. That's how I figured there was a sphere there, so it could do it ain't a Renishaw, but it works kind of thing. So, okay, let's do the draw. If you did not enter to win some Polymaker filament, you will have another chance tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I'm going to try and figure out how to build a big printer with no room again. So scuff stream tomorrow night, guys. Grab your whiskey. It's going to be fun. I might even grab some. I might have to build a bench. I got a feeling I'm going to be building a bench. Names. And also, if you don't win the spool of Polymaker filament, you can always just buy some. There's a link in the video description. Just go buy some. It's Polymaker. It's not like it's going to go bad. And it's not like, you know, with the tariffs, the price is going down anytime soon. So you might as well buy some now. And if you're going to buy some now, you might as well use the affiliate link, because it doesn't cost you anything extra. And it goes a long way in supporting the channel. Okay, let's open up marbles. Gonna build a benchy. No, I'm building a 600mm Voron V2 custom machine called a Physec Venture XL. Durabun and Domination are the first ones, so let's make sure the names are added. Add names, clear, open. Durabun and Domination. Okay, so how many was that? Uh-oh, did it not copy all the names? Yeah, it didn't. Shit, 1 second. 1 second, it didn't copy all the names. Copy. I hate when it does this. Names, Control A, delete. There we go. File, save. Okay, clear, open. Names. There we go. 250. And Jexter gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Best way to support the channel, content creating things I do, is gifting memberships during the live stream, because that allows people to hang out when we do members only streams and get videos early. So next week, by the way, is the members only stream. Random. A Leap to Remember. Sure, why not play? Replace all the fans. Well, we're building it stock, and whenever stuff goes off, we'll swap it. Whoop. Ooh, we got an intro. I think this is a new one. Okay, so if you're new here, how this works, if you win a spool of filament from Polymaker, but if I pick your ball, you have a very lucky ball. This one right here. And if you win Spice King, you already have enough spice. But if you win, you get a free hat. from the merch store, which I do have a merch store, link in the description. Do you have any thoughts on the SV08 Max? If they fix some of the deficiencies with the SV08, which I believe they have, they've taken a lot of community mods to heart kind of thing. But also, if they don't run into the issue a lot of big printers have, of just big printers have big problems, it should be pretty good. I know a bunch of the cosplay people are pretty happy. Oh shoot, Christian. Okay, this is yours to lose, Christian. This is yours to lose. Covering up the top 10. Oh. This is Christian's to lose. They got in with a snipe right at the beginning. I would say exclamation mark zoom zoom to make you go faster, but we'll see how it goes. Oop. Oh man. Oh man. Christian. Speed run that shit. They sped run that. That might be a I don't know. What's the record on this? Christian. Damn. I'm gonna let this finish. I want to see what the thing is, but congratulations, Christian Rodell. Christian Rodell. Let me pull up your name here. There you go. Okay, I got you. It's funny when you can see when the bots enter, because everyone replies. This is why I ask you a skill testing question. From, what was it? From 2:52:45 today to 2:55:32 today, I had 10 people enter in a row and nobody answered the skill testing question. This is how I know if it's a bot. Like, it's hard to stuff out a bot with the Google, fill out a form. But when you have 10 people in a row enter and nobody answers the question when pretty much everyone else has, it's a little sus. So. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna call it there. So let's do this, okay. Where's my mouse? Where's the mouse? Yeah. Where's the mouse? Okay, whatever, I'll just close window. Okay, Christian, you'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. For everyone else, better luck tomorrow. Woo! Okay. We're gonna call it there. Or maybe they all, yes, but it's very odd that like most people answered. You get the odd random empty one, but then within 3 minutes you have 10 people enter and nobody answers it. It's a little sus. I'd show you it, but it's got people's email address, so I'm not. Okay, let me turn off this printer here and we're gonna call it there. So again, I wanna give a huge shout out to MakerTech for sending over the PROFORGE kit that we are building on this build series. Again, this isn't a sponsored build series. I'm not being paid, but I do get to keep the printer at the end of the build series. Words and opinions are my own, blah, 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 YouTube disclosure there. Also, shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more video description. Some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, use code Canuck, save some money on your order. It all goes to supporting the channel. And then for those that joined the channel, became members of the channel, or gifted memberships to others, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. Early video tomorrow for channel members and channel supporters. Regular stream tomorrow night. We're building the Physec XL again. Watch me faff about in a completely temporary streaming setup with no room while I build a printer that's 1 meter cubed. Yay, scuffness. And then back to the Prusa on Friday. It's the weekend. I think the Americans, you got a long weekend, right? Enjoy your weekend, be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.